Okay, wait a second. I'm waiting for the iPad to boot up. I bet you didn't expect to hear my voice there.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Nathaniel Saxon, sir.
Your name's not Buttfucker3000, you yo-ho.
Yo.
Logging into my court with that as your screen name.
Why
We'll
would that?
discuss that in a little bit.
I,
What kind of idiot logs into court like that? What's your name again?
Nathaniel Saxon,
You know it's Buttfucker 3000.
sir, but I don't believe that I typed anything like that in.
Well, that's what it says.
Why?
We'll
I
discuss
apologize.
that in a bit.
That should not
Yeah,
be.
you should. I'll put you in the waiting room.
Yeah, you
can sit
should.
in
It couldn't.
limbo for a
It couldn't possibly be an error.
while and think about what you call yourself online.
The other dude laughs.
Mr. Grossnickel, could you take your hat off, please?
Quit laughing in my courtroom,
All
you
right, he
yo
missed
ho.
an earlier date, but he's here now. All right, good morning, everyone. We've got everybody with a name. You're all here.
Bring Nathaniel back in.
Back in.
Hey, Buttfucker.
Your Honor.
Yes.
If I may explain, my sister was the one that set up my Zoom account or whatever. Is my iPhone pairing name for my Bluetooth speaker, sir. It's an inside joke. It's not what you think. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Well, you should be. All right, we'll come back to you in a
Should be.
bit.
This judge. I love his
Let's
judge just
take-
constantly rubbing that guy's nose in it. Hey. I never get tired of that. Name's not Buttfucker 3000, is it? Welcome in. Welcome into the Eric St. Joe podcast from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunkers studio. So there's a spot on Reddit called Am I the Asshole? Where people put scenarios forth that, hey, am I the asshole here? And I've got a good one. So rather than share it on there, I'd rather just bring it up with you now. Because I think, and yet, I urge caution because you're going to want to say, oh, yeah, you are. You are the asshole. But let me explain. Let me explain, please. Don't rush to judgment. Hear me out, and then you can figure it out. I think the practice of paying it forward is wonderful. Perhaps an unsuspecting person would encounter something great that makes them feel spectacular or really helps them out. I just saw someone on Facebook posted that they went to go buy a washer dryer setup through someone online, person they don't know, and I don't even remember who it was, just a random. I think it's a person I know, but I don't recall who. Or someone posted it. It was something local, and the guy went to go buy the washer dryer. And the person was asking $500 for the washer dryer. It actually looked like a pretty nice washer dryer setup, too, for $500. And then, so the guy who was buying it said, hey, so I have a little one that's about to be born. Money is tight. If you let it go for $400, that would be awesome. What do you say? You know, he's bargaining. And then the guy selling the washer dryer said, yeah. All right, I can do that. So, $400. Seller gets 4 $100 bills. Buyer loads up the washer dryer. takes it home, hooks it up, opens up the dryer, and there's 4 $100 bills in it. The guy who sold it to him threw the money in the dryer. That's awesome. And he wrote, hey, make sure you check the dryer. I know there's something in there for you. So there you go. Now that's a sweet pay it forward. I like that. However, pay it forward in that regard is just terrific. There is nothing wrong with that. And then hopefully the guy who bought the washer dryer, there will be a random act of kindness in the future for someone else in a different capacity or whatever it may be. It could be volunteering time. Okay? But pay it forward has been ruined because of people waiting in a line. Pay it forward works because one person helps another out, and then they go, "What? Oh my God, this is incredible! You've helped me out so much." And then later on and down the road, this will happen again. Okay, maybe not the same scenario. People waiting in line have ruined it. There's been scenarios where I've been at a toll booth and I drive up and they go, hey, you're free to go through. The car ahead of you paid the $1.50 because the car ahead of him paid the $1.50 because the car ahead of him paid the $1.50. And I go, oh, so do I have to pay the $1.50 of the guy behind me? No, but it's pay it forward. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is the point of pay it forward if no one actually benefits? So you're telling me that the only person who's going to benefit is the last guy in line? So I'm not, there's no benefit whatsoever here. Everybody's paying everybody else's. Someone's got to get it. Fuck that shit. I'm going through. That's the point of pay it forward. But pay it forward shouldn't be where you feel like an asshole because you're actually accepting what has been offered to you, and that is paying it forward. I'll do something else down the road, perhaps. But no, I'm not getting involved in this annoyance. Let's take it a step further. And I'm glad it looks like I'm already starting to preach to the choir. Because Tyler says, if this happened to me for my $5 order and the order behind me is $25, that shit stops with me. That happened to me exactly like that. And I'm not even mad that you tipped off my story. You didn't do that accidentally. I mean, you didn't do that on purpose. That wasn't like one of Kenny's. But, oh, my God. This is bullshit. So I need to know, am I the asshole here? I'm waiting in line at the supermarket up north. By the way, 1 pound, well, pound and a half of ground beef. That was 1.3 pounds. Cost $9.50. I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? $9.50 for fucking ground beef? What is going on here? Side note, made the Slaughter the Turks. Eric Zane Show podcast, Slaughter the Turks, Armenian sweet heat chili. Over in open fire, tripod, a chain attached to it, cast iron. Oh, my God. It's hanging over an open fire. Queen of the Forest, fireside, reading her little book with puppies all around her. Complete serenity. I'm hearing a symphony of wild birds chirping and singing away. I put my $9 ground beef in the pot with a whole white onion chopped, minced, along with an entire bulb of garlic. Recipe calls for a teaspoon of garlic. No. And I have my little chili station set up, fireside. Chop it all up, throw the meat in the pot, throw the onion, throw the garlic, and then, oh my God, cook it all up. Oh man. And then, okay, drain it. And then you're adding tomato sauce, red kidney beans, petite diced tomatoes, 1 can of pork and beans. I've already showed this recipe to you so many times. And then all the spices, a ton of spices. Cayenne, chili powder, turmeric, which is supposed to be really good for you. Onion powder, smoked paprika. Oh, let it simmer on the open fire. Sun sets. I'm hearing the coyotes off in the distance. Fucking let's go kick his ass. Incredible. What a time it was. All right. So waiting in line, and I see the guy ahead of me. And something was up, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. He leaves. Him and his significant other leaves. He runs all my shit through. It's $95. And he says, hey, it's paid for. I go, what? It is? Yeah, it's paid for. Last guy bought it, and someone bought his. And right away I'm thinking, well, I don't know I don't know how much he would have spent. Is this a good idea? And I go, okay, wow, that is incredible. Well, I guess, and I actually said it out loud, and I shouldn't have. I said, I guess I got to pay for the guy behind me. As I look, and I see a cart full with like a $400 bill. I guarantee it's a $400 load of food. I went, oh, shit. Well, fuck that. I'm not paying that shit. Fucking A, man. There's no way. Decision is made. And so I actually said it. It was heard by the clerk. I don't think the people in front of me or the people behind me with all the food heard. So I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'm not saying another word. And so gives me the receipt. I go, well, thanks. See you later. And I said to the guy, I go, do people do this often? And he goes, oh, you'd be surprised. Get a whole line, give the whole day, and everybody's paying for everybody else's food. I'm like, well, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the stupidest thing ever. This is not what Pay It Forward was intended to be. So I accepted that gift. Now, it's funny because we're walking out, and your wife said, why did I say your wife? My wife said, fuck that shit. You gave a kidney. She goes, that's good enough. So she's playing the kidney card. Aram makes a good point. Just pay your dollar's amount toward the other guy's bill. Yeah. Okay. But then again, you see, the problem with that is the line. They might feel obligated. I don't know if this works anymore. I think we need to get out of it. Okay, if you're within the sound of my voice and someone in front of the line pays for you, I do not encourage you to pay it forward. Unless if it's a little kid with a candy bar, then you're good to go. You need to actually have someone benefiting from Pay It Forward. Or take that $94 that your bill was and write a check to, the Shriners Hospital or something like that. After looking at full cart, I guess I have to pay for my medical bills with this extra money. You're right, announce it out. Oh, man, Oh, thank God this extra money's going to cover chemo. So we take our shit. We get out of there. We've had our groceries paid for. And, okay. Now, this is where I think, see, it's just awkward. Because then I'm walking out in the parking lot, and there's the guy. Now, this dude is poor. He doesn't have shit. And I'm like, well, you see, you don't have shit because you're not good with your money. You're busy just giving it away to strangers. You can't do that. Who are you? Nick in Maine, for fuck's sake? What are you doing? So I go walking up to him, and he's getting into this shit box car, and he's got a wife, and they got a little kid, and the kid's dirty. They're poor as shit, and I just took their money. And I don't have any cash on me. I'm not going to I'm like, hey, what's your Venmo? I'm not going to do any of that shit. They need to be taught a lesson. So I'm like, hey, thank you. Hey, you helped out. I'm starting to feel like shit at this point, but it's all conflicted. You see, I don't need that type of stress when I go to the fucking store. This is bullshit. And he goes, well, the guy in front of me he did it for me. And I'm like, well, that's great. I did it for the next guy. Complete lie. I was lying to his ears. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Let's got the big black dick because I know you want to.
So, am I the asshole? Okay, I don't think I am. Okay? I do pay it forward on my own all the time. I don't sit around and wave a fucking flag and say, look, I'm paying it forward. I'm paying it forward. You know who used to do that shit? Freebeer used to do that shit. And we shamed it out of him. There was a time, I don't know, he used to always like work in Doctors Without Borders. He used to like humble brag, yeah, boy, at a time like this with that hurricane, it makes the $1,000 I gave to Doctors Without Borders seem really minuscule. I'm going to go home and give more. And one day, Hot Wings and I kind of look at each other and started to just rip him a new one. And we're going, oh, really? Tell us more about the charities you give to. And holy shit, this guy, he was so pissed. He immediately quieted down and just like was simmering. And the guns turned on him. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And we, for 10 minutes, just reamed him. And we didn't hear that ever again. That was similar to what... Now, I know somebody like, oh, there he goes he's being it. No, that actually happened. And that was a funny moment on the show, actually. So I don't want to hear anybody saying I'm taking a run at him. That was something that actually took place. Tyler says, I'm going home and doing two things. I'm going to be a great husband, and I'm going to donate more of my money to charity. Hot Wings and I would shame the shit out of him from time to time for shit like that. That was back when it was just a 3-person show when it was good. And now that actually is a petty jab by me. But it's true. The show was better when it was just 3 people and when it was us. Went downhill from there. All right. Maureen says, I thought Pay It Forward was for helping people who actually needed the help. Exactly. That guy who got that money should not have paid it forward to me. I don't need the fucking money. I don't need that shit. Would it be a kind thing if I then took that money that was given to me and give it away? Yes. Will I? Yeah, I will. I'm just not going to give it to the guy behind me in the shopping line. That's my problem. I'm not going to be a cocksucker and say, oh, well, that's mine. Fuck him. No, I'll pay it forward. And like I said, whatever worthy charity, or the local kids' food basket's a great one, you know? So no, the buck stops with me at the line. The next guy's, because it's dumb to keep doing it throughout the line, and it could be any line scenario. Drive through, fucking toll, grocery store, but make the buck stop with you. And then you can pay it forward. You know? But not in the stupid line. I was so worried about talking about this. I'm not kidding you. When this unfolded, I was like, oh, I can't wait to talk about this in the podcast. I went, ugh. Am I going to look like a piece of shit? You know? Am I going to look terrible? So when someone does pay it forward to you, just make a note of it and then, give it away to someone else. I don't think giving out Patreon subscriptions is quite the same. I'm gonna go towards the sick kid. Corey says keep it. Nah, I don't want to do that. Sarah says, I agree. You gave a kidney. No doubt you don't look like a piece of shit. Come on. By the way, Jeffrey. I talked to Jeffrey yesterday, the guy I gave the kitty to, and he's just so fucking eccentric and hilarious. Hey, man, glad you called. Eric, say hi to everybody. I'm like, what? Yeah, man, I got all my crypto friends here. He grew up here in Michigan, so he was normal. But he's lived for decades out in California, so he's crazy. And he's really gotten into crypto. Hey, man, I'm here in the metaverse with my crypto friends in our crypto space. He's made all sorts of friends who buy and trade and sell crypto. So I don't know if they're getting together to contemplate suicide plans because they've lost like 70% of their investment. But I'm like, what he has a tendency to do is if he's on a call, either a video conference call or a phone call, he'll pick me up and introduce me to all these people who know him. And so you'll pick it up. Eric, are you there, man? Yeah, hey, Jeff. Okay, hang on. And he introduces me to like 25 people. Hey, everybody, say hi to my kidney donor, Eric. And I'm like, oh, hey, crypto gang. How are you? And they're like, oh, we love you. You're awesome. We thank you so much for saving Jeffrey's life and shit. I'm like, it's cool. I did that because I want him to lose all his money in cryptocurrency. You all should stop doing this and invest in the stock market. Oh, my God. So that was fun. And he is thriving still. He, of course, gets regular checkups from the doc, and he is still taking his anti-rejection medicine, but a little less each time, over time, because to weaken his immune system. Yeah, they actually, that's how they do it. They try to weaken the transplant recipient's immune system, just dull it a little bit. So it's not, actually they kind of like destroy it, and then they bring it back slowly, which is remarkable that they can even do that. Otherwise, his immune system is going to be like, what the fuck? Whose kidney is this? Let's kill it. That's rejection, You don't want to have that. The bitch about transplants is you can get a transplant and then think you're in the clear for like years. And then all of a sudden the body says, all right, let's get this thing out of here. Let's take out the trash, And, but he's doing great. Comment, I had the owner of the golf course pay for all of our food at the course last night. She said, I'm paying it forward. I then went out to eat after that and ordered more beers than normal since I got a free meal earlier in the day. Am I the asshole? No. No, if people, that's a donation from the owner of the club. At some point, you may be put in front. All the Pay It Forward does is puts a mustard seed of hope into your brain. Okay? And then later on down the road, you may think of that moment and then do the same. It doesn't mean like you got to run out and immediately do it. No. Use that to your benefit. That's how it works. All right. I am actually so relieved that I am not being shit on. Thank you. You guys are fantastic. Corey says, wear a shirt everywhere it says, I gave a kidney, I've done enough. Aram says, what do you do to pay forward our Patreon donations each month? Oh, are you suggesting that I take your money that I earn and actually give it away? No, I eat off that money, you dick. I would never do that. I need more. No, what do you think? This shit just happens for free? No, there's a fucking fee for that. Fucking dumbass. Kenny says we pay for all that sugar cereal. Yes, that is true. Okay, so this reminds me. We've talked about the binging prowess of our pal Kenny and the swiftness that he worked his way through the entire Breaking Bad series. He then watched El Camino, and by September 1, he had not yet started Better Call Saul. Yesterday was September 5th, and he was starting season 5. Wow. My God. There's only 6 seasons. You'll be done in an hour. I don't know how you process all of the TV. Whenever I watch too much, my brain, it gets so in my brain that I like dream about it. And oh my God. Chris K says, good Lord, go outside. LOL. Geez, Kenny, go touch grass. Which is a hilarious way to say go outside and get some sun, too. That go touch grass. Kenny, yeah, I mean, are you sure this is a good idea? Can we go out and interact with some souls, perhaps? I know your kids are gone for a period of time, so it's just you. But I don't know if I could do that. He is, however, folks, don't worry, doing DDP yoga still. So that's good. So it's just yoga and then Saul. Yoga, Saul. No video games. That is incredible. This show happens each and every weekday from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Thank you so much for being part of it. As always, you can email me whenever you have a comment or a question, eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Maureen writes this. This came in a couple of days ago. Concerning my efforts on Big 101.3, the fun hits you know. I do what's known as voice tracking. So I'll sit right here talking to this microphone. I hit a button. I hear the last 5 seconds of Seals and Crofts' Summer Dreams. I talk for 30 seconds, and then I go to commercial, or perhaps I'll play, the Archies. Sugar, Sugar. Takes me like 40 minutes to do 6 hours of broadcast. That's the way most, pretty much all radio stations do it, except for Morning Drive. So I've revealed on there to you, I've revealed to you that when I go on the air there, rather than just sit there and be boring. I make up random music facts that are lies. I'm lying to the audience's ears.
You suck a big black dick because I know you want to, Eric.
And I try to see when these lies are going to come back to me. And I can count on maybe one hand how many times someone has said, hey, is that right? Is that a true thing? Maureen writes, hi, Eric. I hope you made it up north. You are enjoying yourself. I'm at my cottage on Little Crystal Lake in beautiful Crystal, Michigan. It's not that beautiful. It's kind of a shithole little town, actually, but I digress. Hey, there is nothing wrong with that. As long as you can get away, it doesn't matter where you go. As long as you get away from what you're used to. Grayling's not exactly, fucking Beverly Hills. We were in the car tonight, and my husband turned on the radio, and all of a sudden I heard a familiar voice saying, Big 101.3, the fun hits you know. I said, hey, that's my old pal Eric Zane. Then I told my hubby that you like to make shit up when you're doing that show. Well, you didn't disappoint, because a few minutes later, the song was Sugar, Sugar by the Archies. Sugar, da-da-da-da-da-da, ah, honey, honey. And you said that Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath was in the Archies before he joined Black Sabbath. I laughed out loud. I don't think he believed you, actually, that you actually did that till he heard it himself. She writes, parentheses, you lied to our ears.
You suck a big black dick because I know you want to, Eric.
It was so funny. I just had to share with you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Miss you bunches. Signed, Maureen. I'm glad you heard that. Excellent. The point of that, reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If you have anything that you want to write, and make sure that I get it, I will see it on the email, the Shoreliners Striping inbox. All right. So for the audience on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, my gosh, it's time to kick you out. Enjoy the rest of your day. And if you want the rest of this show, you can find it on at twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. I continue it on Twitch uninterrupted each and every weekday morning. I suggest you go there, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Give yourself a username and hit follow. That way you know when I go live. You can also subscribe with your Amazon Prime account. That means you'll get it all commercial free after the initial commercial airs. And then you're off and running. If you don't want to sign up with Amazon Prime, or you don't have Amazon Prime, it's $5. But like I said, otherwise it's free. You don't have to spend more money. That's totally up to you. But I'll send you off. Thank you so much. And as always, for the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube crowd, remember, you can download the audio podcast when this one finishes. Eric, just search Eric Zane Show on whatever podcasting platform you're on, and you can check it out that way. So